nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.
Hey,
Hi.
welcome to Black Girl Nerds Podcast Live. My name is Jamie, and we have
Hello. I'm Ryan. How you guys doing? Hello. Friday Junior.
a little bit of a glitch there at the beginning, but we figured it out.
See, that's why it's fun to get close to Friday. You see what happens? Tech, everything. You just be like, I'm just ready to be done.
You know,
But
you
see-
think by now we'd have the tech together, though.
Listen, the most important part is we just revealed to you guys, and you already know it's going to be a fun show because we just reinvent with you guys every Thursday.
Every Thursday, live on StreamYard, via YouTube. And also you can stream with us on Facebook. And by streaming, I mean you can engage with us. So
Yes. Tell us all the
chat
stuff.
with us, you can comment, you can kiki with us and, ask us questions. We're here for it. We invite you to do that. You can also watch us on Twitter, but I don't think Twitter allows you to actually do the whole comment thing. Yeah. So, and I need to pop up this graphic every now and then because I created it and I think it looks cute.
I like how it's like a little comment, like you just think a little idea, like right above your head. I love that.
I know. It's a little comic bubble. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, definitely pop that up. Continue to pop that up. I love that.
Yes, indeed. And then also, I gotta do the whole subscribe thing, hit the notification button, like helps us in the algorithm and all of that fun stuff.
But of course, you guys are already subscribed. I know you know this by now.
Exactly. Karina, hey ladies, happy Thursday. I hope your day is going well. Thank you. I hope your day is going well.
Yes,
also,
hello, Karina.
So thanks for joining us live. We really appreciate you. And we're going to have a fun show. This has been an interesting week. It's been
yes, to say the least.
It's been a crazy week. It's been definitely a rough week. That is for sure. So we'll go over the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes, definitely.
All right. So I don't know. What do we be? I guess
we'll start with the ugly. You want to start? You start the ugly and then go to the good. I guess we'll start with the ugly, so we'll get it all out, and then we'll go to the good. We'll end on the good note.
We'll end on a good idea, Ryan. Good idea. So this week, did it happen? No, it technically happened on Friday, right?
Yeah, I did that same thing. I was like, was this Friday? Because everything has been such a whirlwind since this happened.
It's been a whirlwind. So this image is just showing protesters and activists in response to the overturn of Roe v. Wade, which happened by our now very conservative, unbalanced Supreme Court.
Yep.
Which we can thank Donald Trump for appointing. So it doesn't mean, just to clarify, it doesn't mean that abortion is illegal all across the nation.
Right, yeah.
It does mean that states can elect to not participate in Planned Parenthood services and abortion services. So that's very unfortunate. It's a very sad day for many women across the United States, particularly Black women and women of color, and working class women who need these services. Someone said, actually, it was a writer from Black Girl Nerds who put this piece out about, that it's like Handmaid's Tale all over again.
That's powerful. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, what are your thoughts about this whole situation, Ryan?
Yeah, it's just overall scary because of that. Thinking about it being, similar to Handmaid's Tale, or just how many more constitutional rights do they think they can flip that easily? Like Roe versus Wade has been like over half a century. People have there's never been this issue where we have to worry about it being overturned, and then states now being given their own, free will to make this decision. And I always want to come back and say, unless they come up with like a superpower or let's say come up with some kind of tech where it's like you know, the women don't have to carry for 9 months, like you can do 4, I do 5 or something like that. I just don't feel like somebody should have that say over your life like that. Somebody should have that say over that. You know, you have to carry it, you have to, if you don't decide to carry, you have to live with that responsibility. If you do decide to carry it, you know, financial responsibility. My mom was always telling me, my aunts, that they never stop worrying about their kids. So it's just like, it's on both sides. It's so many different sides to the coin. And I just don't think that's anybody's right to tell you, hey, this is the decision you got to make. This is where it's going to happen. And so, and I heard a lot of people on, like, you know, CNN, all the news channels saying, if there wasn't a warning about this before they overturned, like, people would have lost it. Like, I think the protests have been happening and it's been, you know, fairly low key. They've had like the security at certain events and stuff. But if they hadn't had like that little leak, and everybody was pre-warned that this is going to happen, because states are now like, okay, we're banning abortion over here. We're banning abortion over here. I will say, like, the big companies, Google, I saw Disney. I love the way they jumped in and were like, look, we will pay for you to go to the areas that you need to go. If you know, if this is something you're in that situation of, you know, just having companies come to bat that you obviously can afford to send, like, if they have, you know, if they have a employee or something that needs to have that is in that situation. You know, where it doesn't have to be like because you're being in that state, but this is just a hot mess. It's a hot mess to allow these states to be able to make this decision. You know, in the United States, we're all trying to do stuff like that, where it's like, you know, things based on this world, like, why do I get a right to tell you what your decision should be, or how you should live your life, or, you know, what you need to live with? So it was unbelievable.
But meanwhile, conservatives are fine with us having guns. Everybody gets to have a gun. They're like, oh no, don't take away my gun rights.
Right.
Don't take away those rights. But a woman, you know, getting to choose whether or not she decides that she wants to have an abortion. And for many reasons, it could be medical reasons as well. Or, you know, even in case of incest or rape. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. You can't have an abortion. So it's just so interesting, just the hypocrisy of the conservatives and the Republican Party. And Clarence Thomas, man, this dude is he is such a cornball. Like, he is so whack. I mean, obviously the news came out about him entertaining the idea of overturning other Supreme Court rulings, such as gay marriage. And I saw another article that I didn't prep this for our show, but this man has lost his damn mind, because now he is saying that he suggests that the COVID vaccine came from the cells of aborted babies. I mean, how did this man get on the Supreme Court?
I don't know.
With why? Kind of thinking. And just like, what is going on? So, and then, like, I love Samuel Jackson calling him out on Twitter saying, you know, well, if you're going to overturn gay marriage, you know, what about Loving versus Virginia, which that was another Supreme Court ruling in the case of interracial marriage, and Clarence Thomas is married to a white woman. So, I agree with all your sentiments, Ryan. I just think that, you know, no one should tell any woman what to do with her body. Like, the fact that we are now, like, set back is just absolutely sad and disgusting. And Handmaid's Tale is like playing out all over again. Yeah.
And if you guys have seen that show, or you need to go watch it. If you've been hearing it, we do not need it. We don't need it. I want that to stay right into the show, in the book world where it needs to stay, not in reality.
Yep.
Because it's insane.
It is definitely insane. And I do want to address really quick. Karina brought up a comment before we brought up this topic, but it does kind of align with what we're talking about. It's official. We got our first Black Lady Justice, still a win in the chaos. And then Harley Quinn season 3 is on the way. So today is actually a very remarkable day, because Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson was actually sworn in. Wish that she could have been the justice before this ruling. Seriously, but I don't know if that would have made a difference.
I don't know either, but the more the better, you know what I mean? But who knows? Who knows if that would have made a difference?
Yeah.
But that's definitely some good news. So thank you, Karina. Thank you for adding that in. So that's definitely some good news.
Definitely some good news. And then Karina adds, I love how you have these many paragraphs here. This event opens a can of worms because now they're coming for everything: gay marriage, disability rights, everything. But a part of me knew that this was coming, so I'm not really that surprised, but scared for the future. What I foresee happening is an underground illegal system of getting abortions, and Black women, but especially Black disabled women, having their reproductive health compromised because they're getting left behind in the movement. The ableism in the reproductive movement is real. Looks like she's got some more to say, but yeah, exactly. Like Black women and Black disabled women are the most, and I even tweeted this too. And I referenced an article that Archuleta wrote on Black Girl Nerds, that Black women are severely impacted by this decision, you know, because Planned Parenthood is not just, you know, a institution that gives abortions. Like they do so much more. They help with contraception, and you know, they really give women all of these options, and they help with health care for women that don't have insurance, and they do so much for working class women. So to have that stripped away is abysmal, and it's a stain on our country that this decision was even handed down. But yet we get to have guns. We get to see that in this country.
Yeah, I don't get it. Uh-oh, we might have lost Jamie. She popped out on me. Well, you know, we'll keep going here. Uh-oh, I think I see her coming back in. See, we get too heated in here. We just pop in and out here. See if she come back. But yeah, everybody that's joined us, we're having a discussion here about Roe versus Wade.
They're on to me.
It's
the feds.
See, this is what I'm saying.
I talked about guns.
I was nervous. I was like, if she pops back up, I was like, oh gosh, are they on to us?
The feds are on to me, man. Mommy in color. This is going to cause way more harm than good. So many women's health are going to be in serious jeopardy. Yeah, because you know, those backdoor abortions, many of those there were fatalities. Many of those women died. So more women are going to die now because they're not going to be able to have, you know, medically assisted abortions. So it's sad, but sort of the silver lining to this, because I don't want to sound all doom and gloom, that not every state is on board with it. There are some companies that are actually providing travel expenses, like, you know, for employees to be able to go to a state that will provide those services. So that's good to know.
Yeah, not everybody's on the bandwagon, so that's good.
Yeah. It's mostly the southern states, which I'm scared for mine because I have a recently elected Republican governor. So I don't know what his take is yet, but there's been a lot of vandalism recently in the abortion clinics around my state, and it's just been it's been tough. So yeah. But we'll move on to another topic that's maybe moving from the ugly to the bad.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Yeah, we'll go with that.
God, I don't even know if I want to show these people's faces.
Yeah.
But we got to show their faces because this is in the news. I'll pull up one more comment before we move to our next segment. Karina says, tomorrow's Disability Pride Month. Great opportunity to have a conversation on the effort of this action towards disabled Black women and talk about resources since they're being left behind in disability culture within the Black community, especially in the media. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Trying to work on that too for BGN, trying to get some content on that. So the next topic here is this guy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. He was recently sentenced to 30 years in prison. So that's something worth celebrating, I would say. I mean, that's
it never ceases to amaze me how somebody like this can have so much talent musically and just do this. Like it's from the jump, I just been shaking my head. I just be like, wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen and I didn't even get a chance to watch like the documentary because it was literally when it all went down, it was literally everywhere. like all the news outlets had all the stories, all the victims, and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I was just like, it's unbelievable. So yeah, I mean, reap what you sow. Eventually, you keep going for a little bit. You think you'll get away with it?
Yeah. Janice says, as a mom of a 14-year-old, I am extremely glad this predator is off the street.
Yeah.
As are we. But here's the funny story in this situation with R. Kelly. The same day that he is sentenced to 30 years in prison, this guy decides to get on Instagram and celebrate his freedom 1 year later.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is to all of you guys that are watching this live with us is, because, you know, speaking of predators, Bill Cosby going on Instagram, showing his picture, saying he's happy about being free 1 year later. Was that a coincidence, or was he throwing shade? What do you think, Ryan? Because, you know, here R. Kelly gets sentenced 30 years, and then he's on Instagram looking all happy, like, I'm free.
Yeah. I think he could have been, because I don't know what R. Kelly said, like, in that situation going down, because I'm always trying to figure out, when you got both of, like, the worst hanging out together, like, what are they saying about each other? Because I'm like, did R. Kelly say something about Bill Cosby when all his stuff was going down, or something like that? Because I was thinking it was shade, but I'm not sure. I was thinking it was a little bit of shade, because I'm like, why is it like right at that moment you like, okay, let me go ahead and post this picture, you know, as if it's like, we need you to highlight that, like, we don't really need you to say that kind of stuff, like, you could just not post things. I would be okay with that, but
I don't know. Karina's like, do you think it's enough what R. Kelly got? Ooh,
that's the question right there.
That's the question right there. Karina, you think he should get more than that? 30 years is a long time. I gotta say, that's a long time. How old is
R. because he's already like 40, 50. How old is he? 40?
He's got to be at least in his late 40s, early 50s, at least.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm not saying nothing for both of these guys is gonna fit what they did. Like, let's just be real.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, you know, people, they're still the victims and stuff, have to still live with this stuff. Like, you know, no matter what happens.
Exactly.
You know, and then like, and you just think about, like, I think it just pisses me off, because you just think about what they meant and what you didn't realize was going on behind the scenes. And you like, you can do bad by yourself. We don't need help. We don't need you to be doing extra stuff behind the scenes. You know, when it comes to like the Cosby Show and what they used to represent, and, you know, it's unbelievable. It's like, we don't need any help adding to like what's already a hard situation.
There's a good documentary. I reviewed it for Black Girl Nerds if you want to check out my review. But there's a documentary by W. Kamau Bell called The Truth About Cosby. It's a tough watch, but if you really want to know about the history of this man and just the things that he did during his, not just during the years of the Cosby Show, I'm talking about throughout his
I'm sure
career.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. I mean, he somehow created, a professional skill out of drugging women and taking advantage of them, and using his power to, I guess as a celebrity, to silence them. It's really bad. So it definitely turned. It definitely changed. I mean, my mind was already in a place where I was just like, this guy is a creep, but it really made me think, wow, this man he's a horrible human being.
Yeah. That's why I haven't seen. I'm thinking like that one, the one about R. Kelly. I just couldn't break, because I was just so pissed off.
Surviving R. Kelly.
Yeah. I was just like, I'm just gonna let it, because like I said, it was everywhere. People were already giving like tidbits here and there, and I just couldn't take it. I was getting so pissed. I was like, let me just let it go. Because I know, like, I was like,
hard.
It's hard.
I grew up on the Cosby Show. I grew up listening to R. Kelly's 12 Play.
Unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable.
That record was, shoot, I Believe I Can Fly. That was my jam. But Space Jam.
Seriously, though.
I mean, there's still, Karita says, I mean, there's still people listening to R. Kelly and watching the Cosby shows as if they can personally, I still struggle with it because the music and the TV show were iconic to the culture, but still what they did was not okay.
Yeah, I'm same here.
Separating the art from the artist. Yeah.
It's hard. Yeah, that's hard for me because it's just like what those two guys meant. And it's real hard.
It's hard. It's really hard. Janice says, I've been to 2 cookouts so far and they've been blasting Kelly music. I was mortified. I'm surprised that there are radio stations that are still playing this music.
Yeah, I've heard it a couple times, and I don't. It's like because I'm just thinking like, isn't that? I thought when it first went down, I was like, so if you play an R. Kelly song, are you gonna be, or is the cancel culture ready? Like, are they ready to be like, no, you canceled? For whoever the outlet is or whatever they're trying to do.
Right.
I just wonder how serious it was. Like, are they ready to go? But I've heard a couple of that too, like a couple of songs being played and. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't like. I'm not playing any of his music, and I haven't watched the Cosby Show.
Same here.
I've been done with
Honestly,
it.
I just don't play his music because, first of all, he hasn't really created anything new. And
true that. True. But it's just like some of the, because like you said, it's gonna be like 9 out of 10. It was at a black cookout when you at the cookout. Right. They were gonna play something. Yeah. And it's like now I haven't been at any. Me personally, I haven't been when they've done it recently. But it was going to be like a staple if you were at one. So I don't know. It's like you kind of in between because some people are like Jamie is saying, can you separate it? I can't. I'm having a difficult time with that right now.
Definitely not. Definitely not R. Kelly. I can definitely separate it. Like the things he did. I cannot listen to his music.
Yeah, I can't either. Yeah, I'm on that same train. But yeah, some people, if anybody let us know in the comments, I don't know. Like if some people can turn that off and they're like, okay, this was still a good track though back in the day. I'm going to listen to this regardless, but I just can't, I can't do it. Like both of them just pissed me off so bad when I figured out like everything that was behind and what they were doing behind the scenes and how we were trying to support them. We're like, oh, well, look at these icons and doing this. And what they were actually doing behind the scenes really made me mad. So I was like, yeah, I can't do it. But yeah, let us know. Like if you can still do it where you're not worried about that piece of it. You're just like, okay, we got to have this song right now at this cookout. I don't know. Maybe that's, what people are doing.
Yeah. So that is the news with that. So the next piece of news that we have is, and I thought this was interesting that you brought this up because I didn't even hear anything about this. I'm not on Twitter that much, so I didn't know this was a thing. And I think this happened on Instagram, but then people went to Twitter about this actress.
Yeah. And then I'm looking at BET. I pulled up BET right now too, just to see if it like anything new or anything had spread about it. But yeah, Kimberly Elise, and I hate it because I really like Kimberly Elise, like her roles that she's been in. But this one was, I just think we're in that culture where you just can't say, as celebrities, you just cannot say anything. Like I hate to say that, but that's just like the world we're living in. Like you can't give your true or people are going to come after you. But she did a post. I believe it was Instagram. And she said, so basically she posted a picture of like a sleeping baby. And she said, millions of babies will be saved from death by abortion. Is basically what she put out, was basically her post. And people
in response to the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
Right, exactly. And so people have been going in, like posting different memes, tearing her apart for, Diary of a Black Woman, posting things about that and kind of like just going in on her. Cause you know about the cancel culture, you know how it goes in. They're ready. They was ready for her. So yeah, I'm not saying I agree with her opinion, but I definitely feel bad that celebrities are put in that bubble where it's like you literally can't say anything. You know what I mean? Like you have to like go in between, or it's like you have to put out you have to phrase it a certain way. I don't know, Jamie. What do you think? I just feel like they just in a tight bubble where they can't say anything.
So, okay, let's go back a little bit. So Kimberly, she, if you look at her Instagram feed, it predominantly has imagery and biblical quotes that's all about her faith. She's a Christian. She's a self-declared Christian. Totally fine, So am I.
Right.
But that, she's very expressive with her faith. So I guess with this decision of overturning Roe v. Wade, her stance, you know, because not all Christians believe about the pro-lifers. There's some of us that actually are pro-choicers, but she believes in just, you know, life, period. So her whole stance is, thank God that they overturned Roe v. Wade, you know, save all the babies. So she is entitled to her opinion. And someone, I think the article that you had pulled when we were prepping this story, because I think it was, I don't know what website it was that did this story, but as many of these websites do these days, they just embed a whole bunch of people's tweets and then write 2 paragraphs about it. But one day I'll vent about my feelings about journalism today. But anyway, but one of the tweets was that she's allowed to have her opinion, but when it comes to politics, that's a different conversation. And I agree with that. Like, you can have your opinion about pro-life. That's fine. You know, have at it. But when it comes to saying that Roe v. Wade should be overturned, I don't think that is an opinion or I don't think that is something that you should be putting out there. Right. Because that is something that can influence folks and it could, you know, make people think differently when they go to the ballot box, and that is political in nature, and that is potentially dangerous. I would say that. So I think celebrities, because they do have influence, whether they know it or not. And even though Kimberly Elise is not like a huge celebrity, she's got a lot of followers on Instagram. And people know who she is, and, you know, blue checks and all of that. So people will pay attention to your words. You got to watch that. You've got to be very careful with that. So she's allowed to have her opinion. The question is, should Kimberly Elise be allowed to have her opinion? Absolutely. But when it comes to those political, you know, ideologies, you just got to be really careful about what you say when you have a lot of influence. Well said. I like that. That's how I feel about it.
I like that. Well said.
Janice says we have to get comfortable with our faves having opposing views and expressing it. We want to let us as regular folk have opinions, and I think it should be the same with celebrities. I agree with you. I think it's fine to have an opinion. I'm just concerned about the political aspect of it all, if that makes sense. Like, because you're swaying someone's opinion when it comes to possibly the ballot, and I don't know. People are responsible for their decisions too. Like, we're not all like lemmings.
And I think I completely agree. I think Jamie is putting it like the best way possible to kind of lay it out and put it out there. But see, I think Janice, her comment, I think that's thinking logically about it. I don't think everybody that gets on Twitter, Instagram will think logically like that. You know what I mean? Where they're going to give you the space to do that. And like Jamie is saying, when you have that influence, you know, you can have that certain influence over people going to the ballot box, you know, or just in general, you have to be careful, because if they don't like that or something goes left, then that's going to influence your pocket and the studio's pockets. Cause, you know, maybe they're not going to see your stuff anymore. They're not doing certain other things. You know, just because I just think that's the way we framework and set up society. That's not just, you know, always the best, but that's how it is.
Yeah, celebrities have to realize their opinions may cost them fans as well. Exactly. I think in Kimberly's case, I don't think she cares, because I think her faith
probably
supersedes what she thinks other people think of her. And again, that's fine. That's right. Yeah. But, you know, I mean, people think that overturning Roe v. Wade just has to do with abortion. It has to do with so many other things. Like,
seriously,
you know, like contraception and like now scaling back on the Plan B pill. And I mean, it's just, it's just so unfortunate on so many levels. But I'm sad for Kimberly on that.
Because she's gonna take. I think this one's not going. She might take a little hit on this one, because I've been seeing, like, I didn't take time to look through all the memes and everything, because people just going in, but it was getting there. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, people love to roast folks on Twitter and on social media.
Yeah, and don't let them get a hold of certain clips of your movies, but they have fun with that
one. On certain movies. Oh yeah.
Yeah, certain. What
did she, other than set it off?
I think they did a lot. I don't see like I can't remember like the exact ones off the top of my head. I think they did a lot with like the Medea, the Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Oh,
I
Diary
think
of
they
a
did a
Mad
lot
Black
with that
Woman.
one.
Yes,
Yeah, I think they
right.
did a lot of clips and memes from that one. Yeah, but
I
don't think they got too much from Set It Off. But I think it's gonna be like they'll find some stuff. They'll dig up some stuff.
Got it. Well, speaking of someone else who got roasted,
yeah.
she's another person that got roasted on social media recently. This is Paula Patton. She's been getting roasted left and right.
Poor Paula Patton. She might have to calm down just a little bit.
Patton. We love Paula Patton. We've talked to her
seriously though
before. So where do I even begin? I guess basically she got roasted on the BET Awards.
Yeah.
She mispronounced Zendaya's name. She pronounced her name Zendaya. I didn't watch the BET Awards, by the way.
I saw the I haven't watched them. I'm one of those nerds that'll probably go back and watch it because I've been seeing so many clips. Now I can't. We're gonna get the camera later.
I know.
I mess with you. I mess with you. It's cool. Jamie gave you guys a sneak peek of what we're getting to. But anyway. But yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I just saw like the one little clip of when she was revealing, like when she was giving the award out. Because I don't know. I guess it's like fortunately for her, Zendaya wasn't actually there, so she didn't. So I don't know if that helps.
Zendaya's like, this is the BET Awards. I'm too big for this.
Right there. She was like.
Nobody has time for BET Awards.
Seriously, she was like, I want bigger and better things. But so she wasn't actually in the audience. But yeah, she definitely said Zendaya. She tried to clean it. Like if you watch the clip, I don't know who told her this or if they got her. I don't know how they can get you messages at the BET Awards, whatever. But she tried to like clean it up towards the end. And then she was like, oh, well, you couldn't be here tonight. Like you could tell she was like fumbling over herself after they told her, like, yeah, you definitely pronounced her name wrong. But yeah, I think she got an award for like Euphoria and maybe something with Spider-Man as well. But it was just like, yeah, Paula Patton, she was like, come on now.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like Zendaya is like this kind of known actor, like
seriously,
casually. No,
yeah,
like, she's really famous. Like she's on one of the biggest shows on television.
Yeah, you might
been in one of the biggest movies that came out this, past year. Yeah, I don't know how you not get her name right.
Yeah, she was just Paula Patton, y'all. I'm telling you, girl, she be in some stuff. So I was just like, yeah, I gotta watch, I gotta act. But it's like when it comes to her, like put stuff on Instagram and just doing things like this, you be kind of side eye. You be like, what is happening right now? Like, what is going on?
Janice says, I've met Paula in person at work and she mispronounced my name as well. Okay, well then you know what? We should not be laughing at this. Maybe there's a problem. Maybe there's an issue going on.
Actually, you know what? Listen, I would go back. I'm gonna go back and stop laughing for a minute. I definitely struggle with names, but here's my thing. Though.
I do too. So
what I've learned, like Jamie brought me into this world. What I've learned about podcasting and trying to interview people, you need to rehearse this stuff or find another way around it. Because people do not care. Like it's very hard, but people do not care. Like they will take that one little bite that you did. Or one whatever, and they will just keep repeating it. That's the word that you said, or you called them the wrong name, or they'll try to remember that. Basically, what happened to her, like even though she did, she was, Zendaya is huge, but if you want to have sympathy for the fact, like she's on stage, maybe there's a little nerves. It's not like she presented like every single day, I guess, awards and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, you got to rehearse because we all saw what happened with John Travolta. Like you got to rehearse that award show stuff, those names and everything.
He mumbled that name. It's like,
right.
What? Yeah.
We see what happened. I'm telling you, I don't know what they need to do with these announcements. They need to do something. Like I don't know. You know how you have like the graduation rehearsals where you have to come and figure out where you're gonna stand and everything for high school or whatever. I think they need to have like some kind of like keep doing these rehearsals with people presenting awards. Like, listen, let's work on pronouncing these names or put like a pronouncer breakdown in a prompter or something. I don't know, something to help them out because they're struggling. It's a struggle.
I want to go back to Karina's comment from our last discussion. She says, SMH, I have a problem with cancel culture because people can't express themselves without being mindful. And then you can't educate someone without getting canceled for educating them, like with the Lizzo situation. Frankly, in both cases, with Kimberly and Lizzo, they're entitled to their opinion. But when you have influence or a platform, you have to be mindful and not bring in political mindset if you're not going to have the proper terms to back it up. 100% agree with you, Jamie. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. people are so quick to just cancel folks for, you know, having an opinion and putting out their thoughts on something. And it's just like, there's no nuance anymore to conversation. It's this whole groupthink mentality, black or white, you're on this side or that side. And that's it. If you don't pick a side, then you're wrong. You know, you have to pick a side and that's it. And it's like, can I agree with both ideologies? Can I sort of meet someone?
Well, actually, there you have to pick I kind of feel like in her case, it was like you have to pick a certain side.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying in general, like when it comes to like cancel culture, that's the sentiment that I get with people that attack folks for their opinions. Like, if you don't agree with me, then you're wrong, and I'm canceling you, kind of thing. But yeah, she's clearly made up her mind that she is on the side of pro-life, and that's it in all cases, regardless, and that's her opinion, you know. Karina says, speaking of BET Awards, did you see how Young Miami was making fun of herself with Diddy? I know she's young, but I feel bad for the girl. And if we're talking about roasting people, can somebody check on Ray J, Jeremiah, and Amarion? Because that versus was brutal. I didn't see that versus.
I didn't see it either, but I've been hearing people talk about Ray J, something about he messed up. I don't know if it's One Wish or something, like he wasn't singing that right or something like that, like the note was off or something. And yeah, I just want to find clips because I keep hearing people talk about it, and I want to see what really went down. Because I think people were waiting for that. Well, I don't know if they were really waiting for Omarion and Ray J, but I mean, I guess that's the one they got. I feel like they were waiting for Omarion versus somebody else, but I don't know. Well, but yeah, I heard Ray J was having some issues, there. So yeah.
Yeah, and I did not see the BET Awards, so unfortunately, I didn't see the incident that you're talking about. I don't know. I don't tune in. I think I tuned into the BET Awards for 1 or 2 years that it aired, and I've never really. It's not a show that ever did anything for me. I mean, did you ever
like seeing all the drama and the funniness? Like, have you ever watched the BET Awards like red carpet? It's some of the funniest things, like the interviews.
I did see a lot of the posts about the red carpet, and people were making fun of Billy Porter's outfit, and I was like, "Do not come for Billy Porter, first of all, because I love Billy Porter."
Why come for Billy Porter? Come on now.
And apparently, he had this post-apocalyptic
Oh shoot! He took it back to
looking he looked like he was in Westworld or something. And I'm like, first of all,
take it back to Westworld.
It looked like something from the Kanye collection. Like, I wish I should have brought up a photo of it, but there was nothing weird about it. But people were roasting him for what he was wearing. But Billy Porter always comes,
Yeah. I don't know about roasting Billy Porter, but they had some funny stuff that happens at the BET Awards. Just weird cueing and everything. Like, you can see Terrence or whoever's hosting looking at the wrong camera, and you can tell they're trying to get him to look back over. I don't know. It's just a whole bunch of weird stuff that goes down on the BET Awards. Like, one time I saw a Celebrity Watch fall apart, and I was like, come on. Now we know you got to keep on a certain look, but it's like, now it don't have to be that cheap where it's falling apart during interviews and stuff. So it's like some stuff to be going down at the BET Awards.
Janice says Ray J went on the talk and says he feels terrible about the performance and thinks it should be redone. He said Brandy was right about him not preparing properly.
He didn't listen to Brandy. Come on now, Ray J.
How do you not prepare? Especially, has he even been doing has he been out there really?
Only thing I only seen him in the reality TV world. So I don't know when the last time he did a big old performance on stage. Yeah, he should have prepared for that one. Come on now.
And then he has a business Raycon or something. I'm always seeing him
that's what I heard about. Yeah,
for that.
Yeah. You got to prepare. Come on now. You can't just think you're gonna hop back on stage and go come back that easy. Come on now.
You gotta. I mean, because that's another place where you will get roasted with the quickness is versus. Do not mess up on versus.
Do not mess up on versus. That is everybody's in-home concert. You got to mess it up.
In the words of Dwight from Housewives of Atlanta, the fashion was simply dreadful. Oh,
oh man. It's just in general, it's still a Billy Porter thing.
I don't know. I was gonna say I should have prepped the show for the BET Awards fashion stuff because I feel like that in itself is a hot topic.
Oh,
the BET Awards fashion.
Yeah.
Karina says, girl, the one wish situation, he couldn't hit his note. He was drunk, so he goes, picks his child up, and then blames his kid for not hitting the notes. And then Amarion got a beating by Mario and tried to you got served vocally. But it didn't work out. As for Jeremiah, I'm going to give him a pass because he almost died from COVID-19. But the internet was playing with him. Wow.
Man, no, he didn't bring it to you guys served. Hey, took it back, huh?
I guess I should have watched. Because like these are all folks that I grew up listening to.
Oh yeah, I really wanted to see this. I did not have my schedule not allowed, but I really wanted to see this because I heard a lot about it and I've been hearing a lot since about how everything went left. So I wish I would have caught this one.
Yeah, there's always something going down at the BET Awards. That or the Source Awards. One of the two. Somebody's always getting into it.
But yeah, I need to just have a whole day where I just watch BET Awards and I watch Versus. Then I go back to another, just get all the drama one day.
I forgot to bring this graphic up. Was Paula Patton wrong for messing up Zendaya's name? Or is social media doing too much? I typed that wrong. Messing up Zendaya. Oh no, I think was Paula Patton wrong for messing up Zendaya's name wrong? Okay. Or is social media doing too much? Let us know in the comments.
You guys gotta let us know that one. I'm curious.
I saw some of the fashion at BET Awards, and I'm just like, it's a bit of a hot mess. Yeah, I mean,
should we bring this back next time and have like a whole BET fashion? Because I don't know what any of these things look like. I'm curious now.
The Billy Porter joint was funny. I gotta say, I was living for the Westworld look. The post-apocalypse. I gotta bring that up and show it to y'all, just so y'all.
Yeah. We're gonna stall it out here for a little bit. You guys let us know in the comments some more of the fashion choices we need to talk about, or go back to the Paula Patton question because I'm curious what you guys think. Did she really need to pronounce this right? Was she doing too much? She did try to cover it up, but come on now, it's Zendaya. So I feel like you got to get it right the first time, but that's just me though. So we'll see. We'll see what you guys think.
Thanks.
I think I see, what's it, Janice? Social media is doing too much. Sometimes you mispronounce things. Chill internet, damn. Yeah. I don't know though, but it's Zendaya. It's like, did she not watch Euphoria? Maybe she's not a Euphoria fan.
Maybe, yeah. And first of all, Euphoria is not for everybody. I'm late to Euphoria. I just binge watched that show like I think 2 months ago, or like this last season that just finished. I binge watched all the seasons. That show is a lot. That show is a lot. So I could see why somebody wouldn't be into it. Karina says I'm dyslexic, so I have trouble with names, but I see if I see somebody enough times and hear it enough, I'm gonna remember their name specifically if they're entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go in between. I'm gonna play in between in the middle of this. I guess I can see it and I can also see why people are like, why didn't you know this? I'm gonna be in between. Yeah, Euphoria just like, whew. My goodness. Yeah, I heard. I haven't seen them all. I didn't see them all.
Everybody have sex all the time on this show. Like everybody just having sex for no reason. Like, my goodness, y'all are some horny kids. I don't remember seeing that much sex in my high school. I'm just saying. So okay, this is what Billy Porter wore at the BET Awards.
I see him going back. I can see him going to Westworld on that.
Yeah. So this, some like dystopian type of look, and I was like, this is something from the Kanye collection, I think.
Oh yeah, I feel like that definitely could be something Kanye put in his line. Yeah, definitely.
So
I mean, I would say it's not my favorite, but I don't come for Billy Porter because I think he just got all kind of like fashion sense and things that he does, but
he's always coming for.
I mean, maybe that's how he was feeling, you guys. I mean, maybe that's how he was feeling.
Yeah, like I just like the shoulder look, like it's different. Yeah. He obviously put some fake I don't know what he put in there. But
yeah, I'm like, what did he put in the shoulder pads? Yeah, like what did he put in there?
Some fake shoulder pads. I don't know what he's doing with the knees. If there's some extra stuff going on there, but
I'm gonna give him kudos for walking in this outfit because I bet that was
and then the platform shoes. Like it's a look, and I'm here for it. I'm just here for Billy Porter. I've met him, and he's so nice. He is so.
See, look, nice. There you go. Now another bonus point.
Yes. I will let you know if celebrities are mean or nice, by the way. Go back.
Right. See, that's why I wait for. I wait for us to get to the part where Jamie's like, okay, I met him this one time, and they did. And I'm like, okay, all right, well, go ahead, keep him on the negative list.
Karina says, like, everybody knows that the show is amazing, and if you don't, there's no way home. Oh, you're talking about Euphoria. Yeah. And if you don't like Euphoria, there's no way home. Yep. By the way, she is amazing, Zendaya in Euphoria. Like, she deserves the Emmys that she got for that performance. Absolutely breathtaking performance. I don't love it, but Billy always serves. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how can you really like be too negative? You can't be so negative on Billy Porter. Come on now. He don't come with the looks.
It's not his best, but I mean, I don't know why people was going in on that look, but yeah. Anyway, Karina says, "You see, this is what I'm talking about. Hot mess. I love the makeup and the hair." I think Billy welcomes the mess. Like, he's like, you know what? I know this is messy, but I'm here for it. I'm here for y'all talking about me.
I just like how he just come with. He like, I don't care. This is what I'm feeling today. We doing it.
Exactly. So I'm here for it. All right. I'm so sorry, guys. If I sound like I'm burping and I'm gassy, I don't know what's going on with me, but I apologize in advance.
It's all this negative news that we got to bring you guys before we start the other stuff.
Exactly. But now we're on to the good. Cameron Diaz is back. She's back from retirement. Yay. So it was revealed that she's going to be in a Netflix film with Jamie Foxx. Her last film was with Jamie Foxx. She was in Annie. Gosh, remember when Annie came out and it was like really controversial that there was a black Annie?
Yeah, they were like, oh my gosh.
Quavazine Wallace.
Yeah.
Quavazine Wallace was Annie. And I remember the backlash on social media.
It was unbelievable. Yeah.
People was coming for her. And I was like, really, y'all? It's not that deep. But yeah, she's coming back. I don't know. I apologize. I don't know the details of the movie that she's in with Jamie Foxx. I think it's like an action.
I'm gonna pull up. Let me see if I can pull up this tweet real quick.
It's funny too because he introduced the news via Instagram or Twitter, and it was like a recording. And he was like, I don't know if it's okay for me to post this recording, but here we go. So he recorded her reaction to them working together again. And then he got Tom Brady on the phone, which we know Tom Brady notoriously came back from, I guess, being out of retirement. So yeah, that was.
It's a Netflix film called Back in Action.
Okay, so it's an action film.
Yeah, so this will be cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see her back. I think she I was reading a little bit where she was like talking to Gwyneth Paltrow in some kind of interview or whatever, and she was just talking about, just needing like some time to have some peace and how much it takes out of her to be in the limelight, why she took a little break. And her and her husband, guitarist Benji Madden, they have a daughter now via surrogate. I think that was like back in 2020. I think it was like 2019 or something like that. They had a kid. So she's been a mom. She's also a businesswoman. She's been working on a lot of stuff. Like, I think she's been working on like health books. I think they said she had she's been investing in like health and biotech startups. So, she's been keeping busy, but she just needed that like time out of the spotlight. But I'm so excited to see her come back because I will watch me some Cameron Diaz, like, all kind of like, but it's like rom-coms. Yeah, I'm so excited to see her come back.
Janice says, I'm going to watch it because I love Jamie Foxx. Cameron is okay for me. Okay.
I mean, well, Jamie Foxx. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. I love Jamie Foxx too. Jamie Foxx. And I've met him too. He looked at me a little funny when I said that my name is Jamie too. This was a long time ago. This was years ago. I was like, my name is Jamie too. And he kind of gave me a weird look, but I don't know. Maybe that is a weird thing to say to somebody. Karina says, I remember that. I feel like anytime an iconic reboot happens and they replace it with a black character, it always gets attacked like The Little Mermaid. Yes, I like her. I think she's a great actress. I like her in that movie called Bad Teachers.
Yeah, Bad Teachers was good. Yeah, Bad Teachers was good.
Yeah, because I remember around that year when Amandla Stenberg got cast in Hunger Games, and that wasn't even a character that was white. She was black in the books, and people was getting upset about her. I was like, what is wrong with you guys? Do you not read?
Apparently
Rue
not.
is black. Read the book, because I read Susan Collins' Hunger Games book before watching the movie. And I always read Rue as black. I always read that character as black. And the fact that people were getting upset, I was like, what is wrong with you guys? So the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I think that was around the same year, or at least close to the same year.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Of the Cloisonne controversy. So, and Amandla really got bullied really badly. I think it had an impact on her mental health. But anyway, yeah, it sucked. Janice says, are you going to watch Shazam this summer? Hell yeah.
Yeah. The first one was dope.
Hell yeah. And then Karina says, what do you guys think of the new season of Winx Club live action on Netflix coming? I'm not familiar with Winx Club.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Yeah,
wasn't there people that was upset about it though? They were upset about the Netflix version of the way the girls looked compared to the anime.
I'm not sure, but Karina just gave us something to dig into because I'm curious. I do not know. I don't know a lot about this one.
I think the same thing happened when we first, the first Black Stormtrooper. Yeah, John Boyega, they went in on him. It was Star Wars fans I shouldn't say fans in general, but there is a certain section of Star Wars fans that can be the worst, and we saw that recently with Moses Ingram. So it's not good. Me neither. It's a fairy cartoon, right? Isn't it like an anime though too?
I don't know. I'm about to Google because I don't know.
Ryan's like, I don't know.
Karina done gave me some research because I have no idea what this is.
I thought I had seen or read somewhere there was a controversy where people were not happy with the live action adaptation. Netflix.
It is animated. Okay. Yeah. What you
saying? Go ahead. Share with you.
I think they have like 8 seasons on Netflix. It is animated.
It is an anime. Okay, that's what I thought. It's an anime, but people don't want to acknowledge it because it's too girly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But aren't people upset about the women, the actresses that were cast as the anime characters? That's what I heard. This was a while back when they first did the casting. I could be wrong.
I was trying to see if
it's hard to real quick on compound all of this news over time, but Netflix has a history of live action adaptations in anime. That ain't good. We can start with
just like canceling all the shows and everything at this moment, but
we could start with Death Note for number one. Like that was some trash. I'm sorry, that was a trash live action adaptation of an anime. So I am concerned. Cowboy Bebop did not get renewed. And there was a lot of people that went in on that Cowboy Bebop live adaptation. So I don't know. I'm not familiar with Winx.
Watch that representation.
Karina says, I don't know. I like it. I don't know what the problem was. Anime, and it was a little dark. That's a plus. Is true. I didn't know. Janice says, I'm not a fan of cartoon anime to live action. I don't think it translates well. Yeah,
maybe that was a problem.
What's a good anime that went to live action that did well? Like, Speed Racer, maybe?
I don't know.
I don't know. And I'm not even gonna pretend and act like I'm an anime person because I'm not. Like that's the one fandom that I'm sort of like not that.
Yeah, I keep telling myself I need to get into it, but I just never put enough time out to get into it. But yeah, that's one of the things on my list.
Oh, I didn't even know Sailor Moon had a live action. See, where was I?
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I had no idea that there was a live action for Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon is so funny because she's like the one. How do you pronounce her name? Usagi? Is that how you pronounce her name? Don't come after me like y'all came after Paula Patton, by the way, if I said it wrong. But she's just so funny because she's so vocal. She just like yells a lot. And I find that funny in some anime where the characters just yell a lot. Janice says, same, not a huge anime girl. I only liked Cowboy Bebop, Card Captors, Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, I mean, I've only seen like a little bit of Cowboy Bebop. I watched Death Note, and oh gosh, Attack on Titan. That's about it. Ryan, you got nothing. Yeah.
If we can move to Marvel, that'd be cool. No, I'm kidding. I just don't have. I got nothing. I feel bad because I really want to get into this fandom because anime fans go hard, and I always feel like I'm so left out because they'll have like 20 comments, like lighting the feed up. Like I've heard about these shows you guys talk about, but I just don't have any reference to say anything about it to like clown anybody because I have no idea. But I've heard of the names and everything, but I just have no idea.
I never heard of Card Captors, Janice. I've never heard of Card Captors.
Okay, now
I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'm the wrong person to ever talk to about anime. Like, if you want to have a conversation,
I one day wanted to have a whole show where me and Jamie are up on anime, but we just not have the time. Like, we're just not there yet. But I really would love to have an anime show one day. Like, just one day we do like all anime stuff.
Because for me, my childhood was, and probably it was same for you, Ryan, was comics. I grew up on comic books. I grew up watching 90s X-Men, X-Men Adventures, the comic book, which was based on the 90s Fox TV show. I collected the comic books. I collected the cards. So you ask me anything about Marvel, even DC, even like back in the day, I did Dark Shadows comics. Like I can talk to you about that all day long, but anime, it's just not something I ever got into. Not because I didn't like it. It's just not a fandom that was introduced to my sphere of influence as a kid.
And I feel you can't just like, right. And I feel like you can't just kind of dip your foot in there. You kind of got to like get into it.
She says no one does, but it was a good show. Okay. I don't feel bad then. I love the X. I feel like everybody at some point either knows about the X-Men TV show. I don't know anybody.
X-Men brought me into my superdom. So without X-Men, I would have been like, well, superhero, what? So yeah, definitely X-Men.
Karina, I'm with you. I'm not big on anime either, but I'm kind of like one of those fans that slides in between. I like the basics, like stuff that doesn't look like anime, but technically is like Winx, Club Avatar, Last Airbender, and I can't read or talk. The Last Airbender, the OG Teen Titans. Okay,
the OG Teen Titans. Okay, I do kind of like the
same.
Teen
Agree
Titans.
with you, Jamie. I can talk to you about Marvel, DC cartoons from the 90s, early 2000s, but anime, hardcore anime, not. Yeah. Hey, comic books, I can talk to you about it. Comic book animation, I can talk to you about that. Teen Titans, talk to you about that. I can't talk to you about anime. I just can't do it.
One day,
I do want to watch more anime because when I did watch Death Note, it was beautiful. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
And then when I watched the live action, I was like, why did they do that? Why did they do that? And then
except for maybe when it's translating to live action, but usually I always hear good things about anime, which makes me really want to check it out. But yeah, I never heard it except for maybe the live action stuff isn't going so well. But other than that, it seems like it's always good time.
You should, Ryan, you should watch the anime because when you'll see the difference between the anime, the way the story is done, and then compared to the live action. And then you're wondering, why did they even do that? And what's a disservice? I'll just use Death Note as an example. What's a huge disservice is when they cast a white actor, which is notorious with these live action adaptations, like Ghost in the Shell. That's a big controversial one. Casting Scarlett Johansson. These are like Asian characters, and then they cast white actors to play them. To be fair, they did cast Lakeith Stanfield as L, who's an Asian character in Death Note. But it's like, I get it. You cast a black actor, but just keep it Asian. Just keep it with the Asian flavor.
Just be smart about it. Just be smart about it.
So but that Netflix series Winx Club, personally, I liked it. I'll check it out. It's not
me too.
out
I was kind of looking at it. I mean, from what I see, it's all right, but I don't know. You guys got me a little hesitant.
We'll see what it's all about. I think I think we've got all of our topics out here. Karina says that I think you'll like Agrutsuko if you have a chance. Highly recommend checking that out. Someone put me onto it. It was good. It was a Japanese anime on Netflix. It's hilarious and relatable. Yeah, I really need to take the time to just sit one weekend and just start on an anime. Attack on Titan, which there's like a million episodes. That is one I need to just finish because that was really, really good. Really, really good. So yeah, and then I heard One Piece is good, but that's another anime that's got like a million episodes. So I need to like digest them a little better. But yeah, animes are good. I just have to have the time to do it. And then there's all of the Marvel stuff to watch, and And
but see, I'm already on the Marvel kick where it's like a must for me, where it's already dragged me in. I just need that one like anime thing where I'm gonna be like stuck, where I'm like, okay, I gotta keep going. I gotta get like really pulled into the fandom.
I mean, if trying to think, try watching Death Note, because I think I was able to binge watch that in like a day.
I wrote that down, so I'm definitely gonna check that one out. I'm gonna try that. I wrote that one down.
Attack on Titan has like seasons. Those shows have seasons. It's a really struggle keeping up with those shows. Yeah, some of those animes have like several seasons, but Death Note is just like one season and that's it. You're done.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I could do that. We've binged a couple of. Yeah, Death Note was great. Okay, all right.
Death Note is brilliant, and I heard that the manga. I heard that the manga has like 3 different endings or something. So I've almost been tempted to read the manga just so I can figure out how it ends. Like that's how much the story was compelling to me. Now I'm like, oh, maybe I should read manga now, which I've never read any manga, but who knows? I'm getting to another fandom. Yeah. So
you're saying we're gonna have a whole section of like anime for our live stuff?
Yeah.
As long as we start with Death Note, I gotta ease in.
And I think that'll be digestible for you, Ryan. I mean, it definitely was for me. And you're not dealing with like multiple seasons.
Yeah, I don't need multiple seasons.
Since you guys are leaving soon, I want to say one last thing. Watch Speechless. It's an old show, but it's good. Okay. Is that an anime? Speechless. I feel like I've heard of that before. Oh, that's a TV show. Oh yeah, we've covered that on BGN. I have not watched Speechless before, but I need to watch that. We've covered that show. We used to do recaps way back in the day. But yeah, that show got a lot of critical acclaim while it was on the air. I definitely need to watch that, and I also need to watch Quinta Brunson, the show. There's so many shows on TV.
It's so many shows. It's so many. I mean, we're gonna bring you guys one step at a time. I mean, usually there's always like BGN always has like some kind of article or something dropping on social media. But as far as me and Jamie like actually venting and ranting and giving you like reviews, it might take us a bit.
Abbott Elementary. That's the name. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. Abbott Elementary. I've been hearing.
Oh, I definitely want to check that out too. Yeah,
I need to watch that. I mean, before we go, let's just say this: is there a new show that you're watching that's not Marvel that you're interested in right now, that you're currently watching, that you're all about, or no?
What is something that's not Marvel that I feel like I was just watching something that is just escaping me altogether right now. No, because I feel like it's hard when you're like in the fandom trying to keep up with all the news that's coming out with like all the Marvel stuff that's coming out. But I'm trying to think of, actually First Kill was like the first time I had to binge watch something in a long time.
That was good. That was
really good. That was good. That was the first time that was like not, I mean, it's in the supernatural realm. So, I mean, I don't know if that counts, but that was something that I had to like seriously, we had to get through, and I couldn't like take my time with that. It's comic related, but I'm definitely catching up on Umbrella Academy, which is dope, by the way, for you guys, because I want to bring you guys a review on that. So I've been watching Umbrella Academy, but that's kind of like all the space I have right now.
Nice. Penny Dreadful. We used to live tweet that back in the day. That is such a great show. Oh, I love Penny Dreadful. I love that show. Just beautifully shot, gorgeous sets, beautiful performances. Oh man, that was such a great show. I enjoyed that show when it was on the air. We use the hashtag #DimDruids. Yeah, that's a great show. What am I watching? I mean,
what you got?
So I will admit this. I was gonna tell Ryan that I didn't want to admit this publicly, but okay, I'll admit this publicly. I'm late to The Mandalorian, so I decided to finally watch it, and I binged both seasons, and it's beautiful. It's brilliant. I love it. I absolutely love it. So that's a show that I've recently been watching. Grogu is like my favorite new character now. And then like outside of like fandom stuff, there's this show on Netflix called The Tinder Swindler. And it's just this really fascinating look at this guy that just scams women based off of his looks. And he just does this like Ponzi scheme attempt to get women into his clutches and takes their money and goes from one woman to the next and like presents himself as someone who's wealthy, and he wines and dines them, but he's actually using the last woman's money to wine and dine the next woman that's going to be his, prey, and then takes her money. And then, so that show is interesting.
I don't know why this just made me think of this, but I am watching The Shy. I did see the first episode of The Shy. So yeah, I am watching that. So that gives me, that takes me away from my superhero world.
Okay.
So yeah, Jamie made me think of it because there's like the drama that's in The Shy. I'm trying not to say anything in case you guys are trying to catch up, but it's a lot of cool drama in The Shy. If you guys check it out, yeah, that's one of the things.
The Shy is a great show as well.
Yeah, it's a dope show. It's a lot of like drama and everything. I feel like it's like the men are taking it. I don't think I'll give you guys a hint of is like the men are taking the hit a lot coming in this season. Usually it's them like taking the women through all the hoops and ups and downs, but it's some interesting change up here that Lena Waithe is doing. So this is gonna be cool, yeah. Right. So I will keep you guys posted without trying to give away spoilers in case you're trying to catch up, like binge watch it or something.
Did anyone see the new season of Birdie and Toucan? It's on HBO. No, I haven't seen that show. I'm familiar with that show, but I haven't seen it. That's another animated show. Doesn't Tiffany Haddish do the voice on that one? I think.
I don't know, but that sounds pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Insecure is the last thing I've seen on HBO.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what's the last thing I've seen on HBO? It's been a minute. Yeah, she's Toucan and she's hilarious. That's what I thought. I was like, I remember putting up a post on BGN about it. So I was like, isn't she on that show?
Yeah, another thing from my list.
And Ali Wong is Birdie. Oh, okay. I interviewed her before. She's great. I'm so far behind on. Oh no, you can't be behind on Insecure. Insecure did a damn good job with its finale. I like the way they ended the show. They did a good job.
It's not a bad show if you need something to just binge watch one day, like you're just chilling at home. Yeah, I think you'll like it.
Yeah. Insecure is brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, well, great. Well, this was a great show. I'm really excited for what's to come. I do want to let you guys know that we're going to have a show next week, but the following week we will not have a show. And then the week after that, we won't have a show because we are going to Comic-Con. So yay for that.
Yay.
Comic-Con is not until July the 20th through the 24th, I believe. But stay tuned to BGN and our socials for, up-to-date news, information, and all that fun stuff. We're going to be reporting from the ground, so it'll be exciting because it's obviously the first time back since COVID. And then Marvel made the big announcement that they're going to be there, and Wakanda forever.
Yeah, really taking over Hall H. So that'll be dope.
That'll be dope. That was a great experience, and being there in 2017, I think it was, and being in the press line and getting a chance to I had a chance to interview Chadwick Boseman, and that was, a beautiful moment. So it'll be kind of bittersweet because, obviously, the cast will be celebrating his memory. But yeah, it'll be an interesting experience for all of us, and we're really excited. We will have a guest next week.
Yep.
She is the festival director for Outfest, which we're excited about because even though Pride Month ends this month, we're still celebrating Pride.
Oh yeah, always.
Outfest, yeah.
Yep.
So it's an LGBTQ festival, and we'll share more with you about, obviously she's going to share more with you about that and what they have to offer in terms of film and everything that the festival represents. So definitely stay tuned next week to our show with that guest. And did you have any other things to add to Ryan before we wrap up?
No. I will tell you guys, just because we're just on a list of like things to watch. Minions: The Rise of Gru is coming out today, or not today, tomorrow. So if you need a little family fun Minion film, if you're into that kind of world, there, Taraji's going to be playing Bell Bottom. So I think that's going to be hilarious. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, just giving you guys something else on your list if you need something a little family friendly to go check out. So yeah, that's pretty much my wrap up.
Awesome. Thanks, Janice, for being a long time lover and fan of BGN. We love you back. Awesome. And I just want to make sure I'm reading everybody's comments. Karina, I felt so seen in that show, and now I feel like I have to wait another decade to get a show like that. It feels like we have to wait every few decades. In the 90s, we had Living Single. In the 2000s, we had Girlfriends and so on. Oh, yeah, you're talking about Insecure. Yeah,
that was. I think she ended it on the right note, but I feel you on that. I was kind of like, oh no, where we gonna go next and what? But I think she has some. It's called Rap something. Issa Rae's working on some kind of like show that's coming soon. Oh, is it Rap?
Oh,
Life?
Yes.
Rap Life or something like that?
Rap shit, I think it's called.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Definitely was way off of that, but there you go. Yeah.
We're going to be doing a review on that show.
Okay, dope.
I know we're doing a review on that. It's hard getting an interview with Issa these days. I interviewed her a long time ago when she did her Awkward Black Girl series. And haven't been able to get an interview with her since.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, she has not hit it. She has not missed it yet. Like she comes rolling. I can't wait to see like with the deal she's inking. I can't wait to see what she's coming up with.
Thank you, Father Son Galaxy, a Star Wars podcast. Great show. Thank you.
Thanks.
You should have been, since you're a Star Wars podcast, you should have been with us last week and the week before last and the week before when we were doing recaps of Obi-Wan.
I know. You got to hang tough so we get back to these more Star Wars recaps.
You could have given us some insight of your thoughts on Obi-Wan. Karina says, will you have a special guest for Disability Pride Month as well? I would love to see Danielle on your platform. I would love to get guests. Usually the way it works with getting guests is they kind of come to us and say, hey, it's like a publicist that will reach out and say, hey, I have someone that I think would be great on your platform. So if you know someone that you think would be a great guest for our show, shoot an email, jamie@blackgirlnerds.com. That's the email. I'm happy to, definitely see if they would be interested in talking to us. So yeah, yep. Please do, because we welcome guests. I mean, obviously these hot topics are a lot of fun to do, but it's always great to get a guest because I think our last conversation with what was it, Kim, right? Kim from Geneva. That was a lot lot of fun. I learned so much. We like to balance
the hot topics with the guests. So yeah, if you guys send Jamie an email, let her know.
It was very insightful. I learned a lot about that company and what they had to offer. So yeah, please email us. And I do not mind having some folks join us in these conversations. Cool. Yep. All right. Well, we will wrap this up. And thank guys for turning. I can't talk. Yeah, it is time to wrap this up because I can't talk anymore. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Bye, guys.